Hey guys, welcome back to another year of fantasy football. That's how we're going to do the draft order pick this year. Um, First things first, before I start, with three people dropped out this year. Vinny, Vinny's got a lot of things going on with the baby and everything. He didn't want to play this year. Um, Matt, from what I understand, is actually moving down to Florida. If I'm not mistaken, I think Brooke took a job down there, and they're getting ready to, or already have moved down there. And Heather was the third that dropped out. And I don't really have a reason. I think she just got tired of losing. Just kidding. But anyway, we got three new people this year. Well, two new people and one fairly new. Lauren is back with us. She's played with us before. Um, Billy's a new guy. Chad's buddy. Chad brought him in, and Gary. The rest of you guys might have Gary. Gary, welcome. I finally was able to talk him into playing. So anyway, so this is how we're going to do the draft order this year. I got two wheels here. I got this one and this one. Okay. Our draft this year is going to be our draft order is going to be decided by marble racing. I figured that was kind of interesting. So there's a guy on YouTube has a channel on YouTube, and he does marble racing. And he's got a whole league of marble racing. He just dropped a video. This is the one we're going to be using. It's the final event in his 2020 season. It's the Marble Marathon. This league is actually kind of funny because it caught the eye of John Oliver, who has a show on HBO, and John Oliver has decided to sponsor this guy's league, so he gives him money to keep it going and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually kind of funny. He gets into it really good. He play-by-play commentates the entire race, all the events and everything. It's kind of fun. So anyway, so we're going to use that. It's the last event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this wheel to select the owner, and then I'm going to spin this wheel, and this will be the marble that you are assigned for this race. All right, so let's get it started. All right, Kent. Your marble. Balls of chaos. All right. Let's go back here. Next one. That'll be me. My marble. Oceanics. Next one. Chris. Chris, you're going to have the O Rangers. Okay. Next owner. Chad. Chad, you're going to have Mimo. All right, next one. Hope you like the view, by the way. Got this little lake behind me. Al. Big Daddy Al. Miss you, brother. Al's got the crazy cat's eyes. Ashley. I don't know why both of them don't have sound. Ashley's got Minty Fresh. Got 6 done, 6 left. Okay. Next, Billy. Billy, you will have Mellow Yellow. Next owner, JC, Jake Sizzle. Midnight Wisps. That guy's pretty good. He got a lot of endurance, from what I understand from this marble race. Alright. Next. Lauren. You got Starry from Team Galactic. Alright, down to the last 3. Gary. Gary will have the Bumblebees. All right, last 2. Tristan. Tristan, your pick. Hazy Hazers. Which means, Daniel, you're left with the Savage Speeders. Alright. So, over here, these are your guys, your marbles. I'm going to attach the video for the marble racing to this video. It's going to be just one long video. And I'm going to post it and send a link to everybody. And then at the end of the video, after the race, I'll post the draft order. Alright, draft will be next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, August 30th. It'll be online. It shouldn't take long at all. But there's your guys, and good luck.
Fantastic to see, but the marathon will decide who wins the Marble League, and they are rolling. big burst of speed down the backstretch, and we already see a lot of lead changes as they bump off those striped curbs. Through the S's for the first time, and it will be Mellow Yellow out in front. Oceanics had second place, but lost it to the Thunderbolts, but they get it back. Bumblebees also right there as they're going to come off the conveyor belt. Midnight Wisps in fourth. Remember, they need to essentially win this race in order to have a chance. We're going to talk about permutations here in just a second, but let's get settled into the race flow. For now, Balls of Chaos holding in third place, holding off the Bumblebees, and a great challenge there. Midnight Wisps get by in the melee afterward. Mellow Yellow, a clean exit off of the ramp. And down they plunge, but it's closed right up again. Good burst of speed coming from the Bumblebees. They can't take second place there, but they may in just a couple of laps' time. Balls of Chaos, they're also getting in the mix. Minty Maniacs, they're locked in a great battle behind Balls of Chaos as well as they come off the belt. Just 400ths between them. Mellow Yellow still out in front as they descend down the backstretch once again. Loss of speed for the Balls of Chaos, and they're falling back into the clutches of the Minty Maniacs. We're going to talk about who these marbles are as the course of this race goes along as well. So talking about permutations, after the last event, Savage Speeders got up into first place by 5 points. The difference between first and second in the overall points that you get from these events is 25 and then 20, so a 5-point difference. Based on the countback, if O'Rangers win this event, they will win the Marble League. They'll be tied on points, but better on gold medals. Midnight Wisps, the only other team that can win the overall Marble League, they would have to win this event. And, oh, well, that is pertinent as they run right now. So Midnight Wisps would be up there because they need the Savage Speeders farther down the order. They would need them in the lower part of the top 10, and if they fall much below that, second place for the Midnight Wisps, then they need them to finish near last. So we will keep track of where they run and how that would reflect the instant championship standings, but this is a very long race. A decently long lead right now for Mellow Yellow in the classifications. That's come down just a little bit. Midnight Wisps are doing their part to try to cut into this lead. Nobody riding those curbs through the first sector, at least very few. We found that is maybe not the quickest way to go. Also, getting squeezed on the exit after that long backstretch through that left-hander can really put a lot of marbles out of sorts. You got to be careful there. You don't want it to turn into a ramp situation like we've seen in a couple of other events, and you could go flying off this course. Minty Maniacs doing a great job of holding in third place. Bumblebees lose out on fourth to the Green Ducks. Look at this charging up. Here come the Crazy Cat's Eyes into fifth place. They are so humble right now to be included in that order based on what happened. I can tell you the team watching on right now, nervous as can be, but thankful for all of the coaches to let them start where they did. Midnight Wisps take the lead over Mellow Yellow, but only just 7/100ths of a lead, and that's all they had starting into this lap. But Mellow Yellow not going away yet. They're going to be neck and neck as they come up the conveyor belt. Minty Maniacs holding in third, Bumblebees up into fifth behind the Crazy Cat's Eyes, and Mellow Yellow gets the better launch, coming over the start-finish line. Down that ramp with the shark fin, it can really knock you one way or another and put you completely out of position down that backstretch. You've got to be careful with how you handle it. Mellow Yellow coming across the line here, 1.78. That's as big a lead as we've seen for quite some time. The Hornets in 6th, Thunderbolts back there in 7th, Oceanics. Look at the Savage Speeders down there in 13th, O'Rangers in 14th. 2 of the top 3 are in the bottom few positions of the order. Thus far, I know we've got a long way to go. We're a third of the way through this. This is the Midnight Wisps perhaps to lose, and that would not be expected given where they started this race in the standings. Mellow Yellow knows that especially in a marathon, a big lead isn't always the best thing that you want to have. You have to have enough energy to make it to the end. That being said, if the Minty Maniacs, who have a little lead over the Midnight Wisp, could get mixed up with them, that's going to let Mellow Yellow off into the distance. And what an event that would be if Mellow Yellow could win the final event after being in dead last in the Marble League for most of this entire championship. Midnight Wisps falling back to 4th. Their little burst of speed to get them up to the front. Maybe they're cooling themselves down a little bit, slowing down to mount a charge later on in this race. Strategies abound. Raspberry Racers bringing up the rear right now. They were an 8th place team in the overall standings. A little disappointing to see them all the way down in last right now, but still, long way to go. The lead has come down quite a bit, just 0.4 of a second between the Minty Maniacs chasing Mellow Yellow. Here comes the speed on the backstretch. They move them around the outside, and Minty Maniacs take the lead. However, we are only halfway through this race. I don't think Mellow Yellow are too concerned at this point. They just don't want him to get an unassailable lead well off into the distance if they can. Bumblebees holding in third place. And then it's the Midnight Wisps. Crazy Cat's Eyes, Oceanics, Balls of Chaos, Hornets, Green Ducks, and Team Momo will round out the top 10. That lead down to just a few lengths between Minty Maniacs and Mellow Yellow. Bumblebees also want to get in the fray. They're going to be one step apart between them coming off the belt. Ooh, nice through the first sector. Gets Minty Maniacs. Lead shrunk down to nothing. Mellow Yellow is right there. Perhaps setting them up through these S's. Who can get the better flow coming out of it? And it will be Minty Maniacs still holding on to the lead. Midnight Wisps holding in fourth. I don't think that's going to be good enough for them to win the Marble League at this point. Oceanics in fifth. They need a good finish. Here comes the speed from Mellow Yellow and a dive bomb move. Nobody saw that one coming. Certainly not the Minty Maniacs. As a new leader gets on by. Ooh, and a little bit of difficulty coming up the belt. Minty Fresh, I think, a little stunned after that. But now, getting back together and makes the move around the outside. Minty Fresh takes the lead over Yellop from Mellow Yellow. Bumble, the captain of the Bumblebees, back there in third place, by the way. For the Oceanics, they're running their captain, Ocean. Midnight Wisps, the championship contenders, have Waspy. As the lead is a quarter of a second for the Midnight Wisps. Pretty spread out. Who was that coming out of nowhere? Was that the Hazers? Great speed down the back stretch there. This is one of those where you have a little bit of time, you can strategize, and the Rangers are doing just that. They're now up into 10th place with 11 laps to go. Midnight Wisps, I think, sweating bullets here, seeing them climbing up the order. I don't know about actually on the track, if those competitors are keeping track, but certainly their teammates are watching the scoring pylon with nervous energy. Past the 7-minute mark in this race. This is so much longer than what many of these marbles have ever done in a competition like this before. Could make or break who can manage their energy the best. A little shoulder from the Bumblebees separates them from Balls of Chaos and Midnight Wisps. That's the new order that they are in. Midnight Wisps falling down to 5th. Then Crazy Cat's Eyes, Oceanics, Team Galactic, Momo, and the O'Rangers. Crazy Cat's Eyes back up into 5th place, coming down the ramp and the backstretch. They are eyeing up Balls of Chaos in front of them. The lead nearly 2 seconds for the Minty Maniacs. Mellow Yellow, they will be happy with second place, certainly, but they got to get there first. And they're going to be 1 length different with the Bumblebees coming off the belt. Bumblebees move to the outside, then back to the end. They put the Mellow Yellow team on the curbs, and they've lost it out. Little change up there. Mellow Yellow does get them back. Minty Maniacs still out in the lead as you see the start-finish line. The speed that they carry coming over it. It's a fine line to walk. How quickly do you try to enter the belt versus taking it easy? Bumblebees may have had a brief look into second place, but they couldn't hold on to it. Minty Maniacs trying to get a full sector ahead of everybody else. This is a good battle developing, by the way. Mellow Yellow, Bumblebees, Crazy Cat's Eyes. And Bumblebees and Crazy Cat's Eyes get by Mellow Yellow, but Mellow Yellow gets them back coming out of the first sector. Down the backstretch, slightly more speed, but they enter that sharp left-hander a little bit worse for wear, and they fall back to 4th. The longer that these fight together, the bigger the lead is going to be for Minty Maniacs. Currently 3.44. That is a massive margin, but as you've seen, things can change dramatically. Minty Maniacs sitting in 4th. They can still get a podium in the overall. They just can't win the Marble League. They would love to end it with a medal and a podium if they can, though. Mellow Yellow fights off Crazy Cat's Eyes and gets by for second place. Cat's Eyes up into second. That was pretty surprising for them, I think, considering how this race could have gone, but they swing around through the first sector and retake second place, only to lose it on the backstretch now. 3-second lead, holding for Minty Maniacs, down into the final few laps, not just of this event, but of the 2020 Marble League overall. Team Galactic, our hosts, up into 5th place, a place they know well. Midnight Wisp back into 6th. That's not going to be enough to win them this Marble League. Oceanics, Balls of Chaos, Momo, Savage Speeders, and the O'Rangers. Those 2 championship contenders have been lockstep for pretty much this entire race, even though they've spent a good chunk of it all the way at the back. Across the start-finish line here, 31 of 33. A 3-second lead, so it's come down by just a couple of tenths as Crazy Cat's Eyes holds second place. Mellow Yellow trying to stave off the Bumblebees. That might let Midnight Whistles right back into this, but it's far from over. They're going to need a mammoth effort if they want to make a charge at the championship. Savage Speeders are the tentative champions overall. Couple of laps to go. Mellow Yellow coming across. Bumblebees. Galactic. Galactic gets by into 4th place. Minty Maniac's lead is 3 1/4 seconds. It's a huge margin. They just have to keep it clean, and they're going to get a gold medal as they come across into begin the final lap. Crazy Cat's Eye, Mellow Yellow, Team Galactic, Bumblebees. Decent gaps between them. Is anybody going to make a move? Mellow Yellow will, and they'll take 2nd place. They've got a little bit left to try to get up to Minty Maniacs, but I think that lead is not going to be broken. The Minty Maniacs will win the marathon. Minty Fresh, by the way, the first double gold medalist since 2017, and Minty Maniacs, they do get 3rd overall, so they will auto-qualify, and it may be an unconventional 9th place, but the Savage Speeders are your 2020 Marble League champions. Jubilation for the Minty Maniacs. 25 points to them. Not going to matter quite as much as this gold medal. They know they can't win the Marble League. Blue Yellow, 2nd place. Crazy Cat's Eyes, 3rd. The teams are pretty happy about that. And for their efforts, the Minty Maniacs will have a $5,000 donation made in...
Alrighty, guys, so there you have it. There's the race. I told you that shit was crazy. But anyway, here's the order. I have it just pulled up a screenshot of the results of the race right there. And here's the order. So first pick will be Ashley. 2nd, Billy. Al, you got the 3rd pick. Lawrence got the 4th pick. Gary, you're number 5. Kent, number 6. Me at number 7. JC, you got 8. Daniel, 9. Chad, you got 10. Chris, you got 11. And Tristan with the last pick. All right, guys. Like I said, draft's going to be August 30th online on the Yahoo. Get your money to me before the draft. I got all them Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Apple Pay, all those cash sharing apps. So just let me know what you need. I'll give you my email or information to get me that money. If you got any questions, ask. Throw it in the text. You guys want to change any rules this year? Hit me up. Other than that, good luck. We'll see some of you guys. We're going to be home Labor Day weekend, so hope to see some of you guys out there for a little while. All right, guys. Good luck this year.